Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be setting up our healthy heroes for the next week in August, and I'm going to do another all pen spread with some rulers there to help me out and guide me along. So this week I decided to kind of take the best elements of the last 3 weeks that I've created, which have all been all pen spreads, and kind of incorporate them into one. So I did rainbow the very first week, and I really loved that color scheme a lot. Last week I actually did more of a cursive box style, which I really also thought was kind of cute, so I'm going to be using that again this week. And then let's see, just maybe kind of playing around with the positioning of where things are as far as maybe like in my stats, putting a little bit more bold color. But yeah, so you're going to see some familiar things that I did in previous weeks just with this different color scheme, and then a little bit of a tweak on a couple of other elements. If you've been following my all pen spreads these last couple of weeks, they've been really fun. It's really nice to have a break from the stickers. You know, my healthy hero spreads are usually very stats oriented, you know, very much more tracking than anything else. So having the flexibility of pens has been really great. And I just am having fun with this kind of, I wouldn't say it's bullet journaling style, but you know, kind of has some feels like a bullet journal just because of everything is kind of, you know, pen and highlighter and not a lot of, you know, heavy decor. So I've been really enjoying it. And this week, like I said, I'm doing this rainbow theme. So I'm going to go ahead and work my way right to left this week, just trying to attempt to not smear. I don't know if this is the right technique though, because I am right-handed, so pretty much laying my hand right on top of whatever I previously did. But I'm just trying to give the highlighters a chance to dry before I put the ink on. I also am deciding not to use the flare pen. I love Papermate Flare. I love how bold the ink is. However, that one combined with the highlighters I think was just creating a hot mess for me as far as the smearing of the ink. So I'm going to stick with my friction pens this week as far as for the black, and then that way, you know, if I make a mistake I can erase and, you know, go from there. So right now I'm just kind of setting up the color, doing this last Roy G. Biv color scheme, so I'm in the red. And I liked the quotes from the very first week, so I pulled that in again. I am outlining the stats box, and I'm going to use a little cursive down there to kind of highlight the stats box this week. Last week I circled the dates, but with the highlighter color. This week I'm going to try with the pen. I kind of like that, just to add a little bit more of that black contrast. And now, yeah, I'm writing in the workout for the header of the box. And thank you, Friction Pen, because like I said, I messed up. And then I'm just going to go ahead and outline the box. Very similar to what I did last week. Fix that. That was kind of off the page there. And that little extra boldness at the bottom is going to be for my plank challenge I'm doing this month, which again, if you've been watching, you've seen me put in throughout the month. So that's where I will keep track of what I need to do each day in my plank challenge. And I decided to outline the box this week, see how I like that. And then I'm going to mimic that same kind of thing there at the bottom for my total calories. putting in the breakfast, lunch, snack, dinner letters for my food log. And here you can kind of see what I plan to do for the stats, which is a little different than what I normally do, because usually I use up pretty much all the space in that bottom box for stats, but I'm going to write a little smaller and see if I can fit this little extra detail in. So even though this all pen spread kind of style does require quite a bit of writing, you know, I think it's good, especially if you guys are trying to work on your handwriting. It's good to do things repetitively, kind of find a style that you want to emulate and then do it over and over again. So something like this is a great way to practice your hand lettering in a functional way, in a way that's not just practice for practice. This is practice that you will be actually using. So I have been trying to kind of work on my hand lettering a little. Like I said, I'm a little bit out of practice, but my cursive and things like that, it's just always good to kind of keep it up, just because it won't get better if you don't keep using it. So, or you might forget it if you don't use it. So just some things to keep in mind. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and write in my plank challenge. Now this is the only area of my spread where I felt like I needed probably a little bit more room than I gave myself. That little bar at the bottom kind of got tight, so I wish I would have done another highlighter bar, but I think it'll work out okay. In the end, it's still legible. And I have a little fudge there on my schedule because my schedule has me only going 6 days next week before the rest starts, and I'd like to have my rest day on the 7th day or on the Saturday. So I'm going to go ahead and add in an extra plank challenge because this month has 31 days. So I'll just kind of fudge everything forward, and that should actually work out perfect with the rest of the schedule. So I must have miscounted. So last week, after I had actually went off camera and worked in my spread a bit, I wrote in my goals for the week, something similar to this, what you're seeing here. So I decided to do it again like this this week. If you see my After the Pen on Instagram, you'll be able to see the last week was to drink more water, to eat healthy and veggie, and then to rest when needed. So this week, kind of similar. I'm going to try to eat healthy, eat more salad. Been eating a lot of chips lately. Drink more water earlier in the day so it's not so hard to get to my goal. And then just to do some more walking because my steps have fluctuated quite a bit. I'm also going to set up my habit trackers for this week, tracking the same things: exercise, vitamins, and stretching. But I'm going to kind of do a Roy G. Biv here on the sidebar as well, something a little bit different, which I think will look really cute. I'm also, as I pull out each color for the sidebar, I'm tracing the color onto the breakfast, lunch, and dinner letters just so that that it all ties together well and hopefully will not smear the pen. And then one little tip too on these habit trackers is using that line it up checklist thing. If you do 4 and 3 right between them, they fit perfectly on that side. So that's what I'm using. And once I'm finished with this, we'll be done. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up down below and go ahead and leave me a comment if you'd like to get in touch. And think about subscribing to my channel if you haven't already, if you'd like to see more of my videos. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye!